Now I have the pleasure and the honor and the privilege to ask the President of the General Assembly to kindly take the floor. Mr. President.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I thank the Honorable the Baroness Theresa May of Maidenhead for the invitation to address this important event this morning. I welcome the efforts of the Global Commission on Modern Slavery and Human Trafficking in collaboration with the governments of Bahrain and the United Kingdom. The aim of these efforts is to raise awareness on the urgent need to eradicate modern slavery and human trafficking. Today's launch of the Global Commission's report is a wake-up call, a call to strengthen our actions to tackle the causes, dimensions, and the impacts of modern slavery and human trafficking. The challenges of modern slavery and human trafficking are violations of fundamental human rights. Those violations debase human dignity. They disrespect humanity. And given the scope of vulnerability to exploitation, it means all countries are affected as concerns origin, transit, and destination. Today, an estimated 50 million people live in modern slavery. 1 in 3 victims of human trafficking is a child. That is a painful reality. And most of those trafficked are women and girls who often suffer brutal violence and various forms of sexual exploitation and abuse. To be sure, member states have long rejected such cruelty. Over the decades, they have united time and again to adopt historic global treaties to stop the spread of these twin miseries. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights was clear in prohibiting slavery and the slave trade in all their forms. The International Labor Organization's conventions on forced labor were also among the first of these groundbreaking instruments. The United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime and its protocol on trafficking in persons marked another milestone. In 2010, the General Assembly unanimously adopted the United Nations Global Plan of Action that complements the United Nations Trafficking Protocol, which today is close to universal ratification. More recently, Sustainable Development Goal 8.7 and Action 35 of the Pact for the Future set out renewed commitments to end forced labor, modern slavery, and human trafficking. Within all these frameworks, we find a constant foundational truth that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. What we need now is enforcement. We need action. To pull out the roots of modern slavery and human trafficking, we must tackle the very situations that conspire to keep people in vulnerability. For instance, poverty, climate change, conflict and instability, irregular migration, inequality including on the basis of gender, race, and other factors, and lack of access to education, health care, markets, and social protections designed to lift all people up, not leave some behind. Today, I urge member states to strengthen measures that combat modern slavery and trafficking in persons. These measures can also prevent criminal practices from taking hold. This means enacting policies that are trauma-informed and survivor-centered. We must keep in mind the unique challenges faced by different regions of the world. We need policies that promote inclusive growth and provide equal access to health care, education, skills training, and jobs. Our policies must empower women and protect children. For my part, I will keep these issues in the global spotlight. In May, I will convene an informal interactive dialogue on child labor to accelerate our efforts to eliminate child labor in all its forms. Later this year, Member States will review implementation of the Global Plan of Action that will enable us to combat trafficking in persons and set new goals for their related efforts. Throughout, I will continue to work closely with my advisory board on gender equality. We will, in the main, focus on women's economic empowerment. In this way, I aim to help reduce the vulnerability of women and girls to human trafficking and modern slavery. Excellencies, I recognize that efficiency hinges on each member state's ability to implement the frameworks at hand. This is why partnerships with civil society, the private sector, and others are critical to our success. Together, we must allocate the resources. We must take a stronger stand against modern slavery and human trafficking. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. President, for those words. Those are strong words and a strong statement.